So now I'm continuing reading from the introduction, and we just were talking about Devi. And then, yes, okay. So, Namarupa magazine, reading from the introduction of the Shakti issue of Namarupa. So, the origins of goddess worship are obscured in history. It's elusive as the roots of Hatha Yoga, with its nomadic and oral-based traditions, passed from guru to adept. Little material culture and textual evidence exists. Some claim that the trading seals at Harappan and Mohenjo-Daro from the Indus-Saraswati civilization, back 2500 to say 1900 BCE, are evidence of goddess worship. One in particular that has a female shape under a tree and 8 attendants is interpreted as early goddess worship, as is another of a Devi with a tiger, female in a tree. So I just have to show you that, which is down at the bottom of this page here. And it's about that size, very small British museum. Anyway, that might be the first material culture evidence of goddess worship. This female goddess is known as a Yakshi or Yakshini, and is an earth spirit accepted as a symbol of fertility by Hindus, Buddhists, and Jains. She shows up later to adorn the gate of the great stupa at Sanchi in the 3rd century BCE. Same concept, female figure hanging onto a tree. Sculptures depict a Yakshi as a beautiful and voluptuous woman in the 3-bend pose, the Tribhanga, bending at her neck, waist, and hips, standing under a tree with her upper hand grasping a tree branch and causing the tree to bear fruit simply by touching it with her foot. Her spherical breasts, narrow waist, and wide childbearing hips symbolize the fertility of the earth. Sculptures and rock carvings depicting the curvaceous form of the divine feminine have existed across time and culture. Goddess worship exists in scripture since the time of the Vedas. However, it wasn't until the post-Vedic texts of the medieval period with Tantra and Shaivism that a major expansion in goddess mythology and literature occurred. I mean, as we know, history has always been written by men, and in this, for men, and in this case, they were Brahmin priests. And so they largely omitted practices that weren't worthy. And so, yes, it's within Tantra that Tantric manuscripts began to flourish. Anyway, so the first reference to the goddess can be found in the earliest text known to humanity, the Rig Veda, which attributes the creation of the cosmos to the goddess Vak. Vak means speech, word, or voice. So the world was created through the vibration of sound. Vak is the supreme goddess, the creatrix, the queen of all gods, the source of the cosmos and divine power. Even though Vak is about speech and the Vedas are Shruti, they were heard into existence. The rishis actually see Vak by tapping into their inner vision, because they're rishis, they're accomplished yogis. They're like mahasiddhas. And in the riddle hymn in particular, in the Rig Veda, Vak is represented as a cow, and the syllable she utters sounds like a lactating cow mooing to her calf. From her breasts flow the inexhaustible supply of milk, the sustenance of life, and the key to salvation. Vak is also considered to be an ancient model for Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom. The Devi Sukta is another hymn in the Rig Veda. It declares that the ultimate reality is the goddess, equal to Brahma. It says, I have created all worlds at my will, without being urged by any higher being, and dwell within them. I permeate the earth and heaven and all created entities with my greatness, and dwell in them as eternal and infinite consciousness. The Devi Sukta in the Rig Veda, translated by June McDaniel. In the Devi Bhagavata Purana, 900 to 1400 CE, everything begins with Adi Parashakti, or Adi Shakti. Adi means first, and para, beyond. Shakti means supreme power. When nothing existed, a light emerged in the darkness and took the form of Adi Shakti. Her first emanation was Ma Kushmananda, one of the Navadurgas, whose form is identical to Durga, with 3 eyes, Trishul. Shield, mace, bow, arrow, chakra, long sword with one hand shown in Abhaya Mudra. Fearlessness, sitting on a lion. Kushmanda created the universe through her silent smile. She produced the cosmic egg, bringing light to the universe. Her luminosity gives the sun its brightness. When Ma Kushmanda opened her left eye, Mahakali was born. She opened her right eye and Mahasaraswati was born. When she opened her third eye, Mahalakshmi was born. And then these 3 main goddesses are married to Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu, the holy trinity of the Hindu pantheon of gods. So the great goddess precedes everything. Brahma the creator, Vishnu the sustainer, Shiva the destroyer, the time that spans between them and the space from where they evolved. Everything which exists in the universe comes from Adi Shakti, the central super goddess, who is pure consciousness and bliss, primordial conscious energy. She is the essence of all. The non-dual tantric teaching, she is the mother.